Hello everybody, it's Elizabeth here and welcome to today's Facebook Live Q&A session, office hours that we tend to have on a Friday. Normally regular participants will know that we normally have these on a Friday afternoon, but because today's special guest is Colin Ellis and he's based in Australia, the time zones just don't work out for him in the afternoon, so we're moving the conversation to this morning, and I will get him to join the Facebook Live in just a moment. What I wanted to... maybe there is somebody watching. Swipe left to see my viewers. This is the first time that we've really done this. I think it just needs a second to catch up. Aha! Here we go. So now I can invite Colin to our conversation and he will press the right button and we will invite him to part in our conversation too. So while I'm waiting for Colin to click the button or do whatever you have to do to get the Facebook magic to work at his end, I just wanted to welcome all the new people to the group this week. We seem to have had about 75 people join the group this week. So if you are new here, welcome.
Hello.
And welcome to Colin. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm really good. Let me just put some more light on. It's a bit dark in here. Hang on. There we go. That's better.
Wonderful.
Although I do look better in the dark generally.
So this week in Project Management Cafe on the Facebook group, we've been talking about team culture and various different bits and pieces. And I know this is something that you're kind of an expert in because you've been chipping in and answering the questions. So how did you get into the whole area of working with teams on culture?
It's one of those things, Liz, when I first started out as a project manager, I was hired because I was good with people and I could create good teams. I guess we've all got a particular skill. And way back in '97 when I first started project managing, that was mine. I don't know what it was. I was just able to create good teams. I always participated in team sports as a kid and just managed to translate that to work. And one of the things I noticed probably post 2004 when we all went a bit method crazy was that it's a bit of a dying art, this creating teams thing. And we talk about culture, or as I call it, the C word. We talk about it a lot. But no one really knows, part of the reason why I wrote The Conscious Project Leader was to give people a blueprint on how to create this thing called great teams and good team culture. And there's lots of stuff out there, but no one had ever put it into one place before. And so I mean, there it is. There it is in all its glory. And it's one of those things that I've constantly researched what good looks like, what good should look like. I've researched how you do it when you've got virtual teams and remote teams, and I've managed to do that. I've done it with different cultures, both within the same country and in different countries, and then constantly evolve this thing called building culture. And it's just, I'm in a way I'm lucky. It's just something I'm good at, but it's just something that I've researched and carried on being good at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's an element of it fitting, project management as a whole and being able to lead a team fitting someone's natural personality, but it is something you can learn, isn't it? I think there are certain you can improve. So you're not, if you struggle to lead a team or to do all the team management stuff, what would you say is the top skill that someone who thinks, oh, I'm not very good at this, what would be the first thing that they could look at to do better?
Oh, the first thing they should do is they should get the team of people together and they should talk about their own personality styles. We call this collaboration, but it's just a group of people getting together and say, hey, this is how I like to work. This is how I like to receive information. This is how I like to process information. Because really, once you've got that base understanding of each other's personality, you really can start to work well together. I'm a highly social person. So for me in project management, I was rubbish at planning, like rubbish at planning when I first started out project management. So I had to shadow someone who was really good at planning to learn that. And so that, if you're not good at building teams, maybe if you're a little bit more introverted, then shadow someone who's really good at building teams and see what they do. And it always starts with personality. I talk a lot about the fact that we're in the relationship and communication business. And so everything is built on good relationships. So that's where people should start, Elizabeth, definitely.
That's good. A good tip, yes. Well, there was one question in the Facebook group that I wanted to call out. to you
Yeah.
because I thought it was really interesting. And it was this one about, I don't know if you can see that, 'cause it'll probably be backwards. If you could change one thing about teamwork, what would it be? So you've seen a lot of different teams, and you've seen a lot of different
Mhm.
dysfunctional teams and very successful, good teams. Some of these people's comments, the fact that information isn't being shared within a team, and they wish that there was more openness and transparency, and people were kinder to each other. So,
Yeah.
if you were able to sum up all the things that were wrong with teamwork in, well, that would take forever. Just pick one thing that you think, if people could just, that's wrong with our concepts of teamwork. Does that make sense?
It's yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's a great question. I've got a 45-minute answer for you. Um, what's wrong with teamwork right now is when we go into teams thinking about ourselves. And the one thing that I would change is that everybody going into a team, and it doesn't matter if you're a project manager, project coordinator, BA, love you BAs. It doesn't matter who you are, but you should go in with a growth mindset, with a real open mindset, in order to discover some things about other people. Elizabeth, too often what we go in with, this is me, this is what I'm about, this is what's in it for me, rather than kind of being really, really open and go, okay, well, I'm really looking forward to this experience, to meeting other people, finding out what works for them, finding out what ticks, and creating this unique thing called culture that we could, if we get it right, talk about forever.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. That's really interesting. So I think some of the best projects I've worked on haven't been good because of the actual, the deliverables. We've one of the top teams that I think of often in terms of, we put in some new software, and the team was amazing. We all knew our roles and carried them out, and we got on really well and did all of the good communication stuff, and we supported each other. But we had plenty of mishaps,
Yeah,
not planning
yeah.
properly, or having to reschedule things, or overspending here, or missing out something. The deliverables and the project activity were no better or worse than any other project.
Yeah.
We got it done on budget. It was fine. But the team, I think it was the people that made that project so enjoyable, and it lasted a couple of years, and it was very repetitive because it was doing the
Yeah.
same thing in lots of different offices. So there's a sense that actually it could have become quite boring, because when you're trying to, as project managers, we kind of love the new things, don't we? We love working on new projects. You do something and you deliver it, and then you go on and do
That's
something
right.
else. But it didn't get boring because I enjoyed working with people. So I think if you get the right
That's
people in
right.
the team, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But how
and
do you get the right people?
well, the best teams, Elizabeth, contain a mix of personalities. Quite often, and I certainly saw this when I was working in technology, is they tend to create teams who've got the same personality, and you get these real cliques and divisions in the
Yes.
teams. And what you should look to do, organizations talk a lot about hiring for cultural fit. Project managers' unique opportunity to create a culture like nothing else before, and you should try and plug the gaps with the personalities that you need. So if you're
Mhm.
highly extroverted, you're going to need some highly introverted people to make sure that you're really good on the detail. If you're highly introverted, you need some highly extroverted people to kind of get the mix right with passion and inspiration and fun. And it's really then creating something where you can kind of learn from each other and rub off each other, and create an environment which is just fun, and you're not having to tell them it's fun. Some of the
Yeah.
worst teams I've ever been on is where the leader said, this is going to be fun. And as soon as they say that, inside I'm going, oh my God, this is going to be no fun at
So
all,
not going to be fun. Yes. But often we're in jobs where we just get told, you need someone and you can have this person. Here's 10 resources. Oh, you can't have her because she's working on something else, even though she's the better person for the job, but you can have that one.
Yeah.
So you don't always get the chance to dictate who comes into the team. So any tips for
No, you
dealing
don't.
with?
But this is where reputation's built. I actually got quite. I've been over in Perth in Western Australia this week, and I got asked that very question yesterday. One guy
Okay.
said, "What happens when you get a team full of people that no one else wants?" I'm sure that's not the case. Um, and so obviously I had a little bit of a joke about it, but I said, getting a team of people that no one else wants is your chance to be great, is to really shine. Because typically what you find in those environments is no one's ever built the kind of right team where they can flourish. No one's been honest with them right at the very start to say, here's what I know about you, but I'm giving you a chance to prove yourself and to be different and really build bonds between each other. Do as much as you can to develop a level of understanding, but then really work yourself and the team really, really hard in a positive way in line with their personality. And I had one of those teams once, Elizabeth, and I was dreading it. And yet we did it. We did a really good job. I mean, the team did the job, that, all the credit to them. But they came together and did a great job. And it's a chance for people to really shine in those environments.
So one of the things that you said there was honesty, and to be able to say to
Yeah.
people, look, this is what I expect, this is what I believe you are capable of, this is how I can help you, and all the rest of it. And I think there's not enough transparency in the way that we talk to people at work. I
Yeah.
don't know why that is.
Oh,
What
It's not something
is it just people
we're
are scared
encouraged.
to say anything?
Yeah. It's not something we're encouraged to do. And there aren't enough role models in our business, Elizabeth, for us to kind of look at and go, the way they do things is the right way to do things. I've been very fortunate in my 30 years of work, and I've probably worked with about 5 or 6 people who I can recall in my mind and go, oh my God, the way that they did these 3 or 4 things.
Mm.
But I think we've become so process dominated over the last 10, 15 years that every time you see somebody like that, it's like a one in a million. You're like, wow, where did they come from? And invariably, they don't stay with the organization because they get quashed by the way we do things around here. And then they go off and consult or go contracting because they can earn more money or they can have a greater impact doing it that way. There just aren't enough role models. And in all of the talks and the training that I do, I encourage people to be role models for other people when it comes to leadership. So choosing to be different and also creating teams and environments in which anyone can flourish. And we just
Yeah.
need more role models.
I'm feeling inspired already. I mean, we talked to you 10 minutes. What would it be like if I was in one, one of your all-day workshops? I'd be coming out totally different person.
Your ears are bleeding and everything, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, no, I think there's a lot of truth in that. The fact that we have the power to be different, we have the power to lead, and somehow we just assume that actually we don't have the authority or the influence or the importance or whatever to actually do it. So we just do what we've always done, which is just churn out the same old paperwork and don't step up. But actually, there's no
Yeah,
reason why they couldn't.
that's right. And it's a choice. This thing called leadership is a choice. And you can be 18 or 80 and choose to be a leader. I had a fairly robust discussion with someone on Twitter once saying at 18 you can't be a leader because you haven't had the experience, which is absolute garbage. It really, really is, because that 18-year-old can come in and challenge the status quo in a really positive way. Choose to
Mm.
be the person who's honest, build a team that wants to work for each other, develop a vision, agree some behaviors. It's little things like that, Elizabeth. I talk a lot about the fact that project managers have 3 jobs: to build a team, build the plan, deliver the project. Actually, if you start now as a project manager with just building the team, you're way ahead of everybody else because no one does it that way. No one does. And Jules Deacon on Facebook said, "Oh, we get consultants to come in and build cultures. Is this the right thing?" And that's some of the work that I do. Is it right? Probably not. But we've kind of got to the point where people don't know how to do it. So we
Yes,
have
we
to
have to
kind of
bring in
almost go
experts.
back to basics. Yeah, and
Well,
show them how to do it. Like, this
yeah,
is how you do it.
it's
Yeah.
it's something that we see quite a lot in project management, I think, where you want to do something new or introduce a new methodology and you bring in someone who can help you do it. Not necessarily because you don't have the skills within the team to do it, but just because we're all so busy and we're also
Yeah.
siloed or blinkered about the way that we do things around here, that having a professional pair of eyes can be really good. And the fact that we're
Yeah.
paying for that fresh pair of eyes kind of makes us take the outcome more seriously than if someone had just said to you in the corridor, why don't we do why don't we start looking at this in a different way? Because that's, I don't know, I think when there's money associated to it, the commitment is different from from leaders. And I think
Elizabeth, it's
that
so true. The last 3 years I was working in New Zealand, I worked as a contractor, and I had way more influence as a contractor than I ever did as a permanent employee. I mean, not in every organization. There was certainly one where we just got it right as a senior team. But generally, I was given free rein to do things. And actually, possibly I had more courage as well, because I
mm,
was able to say, well, hey, I know this works. And if you don't want me to do it, cool, I'll get another role. Whereas as a permanent employee, I would never have said that probably, you know. But you know, then when I emigrated here to Australia, I'm like, no, I'm going to have the courage to do some things differently. And like project managers out there, all you need to do is do your meetings really, really well for a month, and people will be like, who's that person? Why are they doing it in that way? Why do they always have chocolate biscuits? You know, secret sauce of getting people to meetings.
Apart from chocolate biscuits, what else is your top tip for meetings then to make them more memorable?
Don't start on the hour and don't finish on the half hour or on the hour. Everyone has just got lazy because they use Outlook. They can't be bothered to click twice to change the meetings. I think you should master the 20-minute meeting, start at 5 past, finish at 25 past. If there are actions, make sure you do those first. So we'll do your priorities first, and never, ever, ever, ever let people be late to your meetings. As soon as they are, you talk to them afterwards and say, hey, everyone else was here on time. I want to see you on time. Never let anybody disengage. Hey, I'd appreciate if you didn't look at your phone. That's a little bit of courage that we need to do that. As soon as you do it once or twice, people don't do it. I worked with the senior team in Western Australia this week, and I said, I gave them a quick liquid in, liquid out break. And I said, okay, you've got 10 minutes. I'll start again at 11 o'clock. Yeah. Sorry.
Was it that?
They like to call it morning tea, Elizabeth. I'm just being slightly different. It's memorable, right? Anyway, I said I'd start at 10 past 11. And at 11:15, half the room wasn't back. Sorry, at 10 past 11, half the room wasn't back. So I just started. And everybody who came in was made to feel so awkward. And the general manager, I said, hey, Richard, I said we'd be back at 10 past. He was like, oh, the lift was really slow. I was like, so you're really poor at risk management then. And it's making those little points. No one was late back after that. Not a single minute past the time, yeah.
Okay. So be brave, I think is the summary of that.
Yeah. Have a little bit of and do it in the right way. You don't have to be an idiot about it. You're just going to say, hey, and don't jump. If people are late, don't jump back and go, oh, what you missed was, don't do that.
Okay, strict, but nice about it.
Strict but nice. Yeah, I should put that on my business card. Colin Ellis, strict but nice. That could be the title of my next book. Strict but nice. I love it.
On the subject of your book, I felt that as we normally do a book of the week, I should, I've flipped to Facebook now, so let me get the book back again. Here we go. The Conscious Project Leader. So our book of the week is Colin's book. Which,
thank you.
It's upside down. So tell people how they can get hold of it.
You can get it on Amazon, so you can get it as a Kindle book. You can order it on Amazon. If you want to go onto my website, you can get it on the website. And if you're a real glutton for punishment and you don't mind a soft Scouse Liverpool accent, you can get it on audiobook as well. Although I have to say, apparently you're supposed to read the book exactly. Yeah, no, I ad-libbed many, many times. I turned into Liam Gallagher of Oasis halfway through and sang Rock and Roll Star. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. So if audiobooks are your thing, do that. You might find it mildly amusing.
Great. Okay. Well, I know that we only had you for 20 minutes, so is there anything else that you wanted to add just before we wrap up?
I want to say, the thing that I talk about all the time is the best projects are a result of the person that leads it or the environment they create. So that's you as project managers making the choice to do some things differently and then getting the team involved in creating this thing called culture. And when
we've frozen on Colin's end.
Oh, sorry. I had a call come through. No one ever phones me at this time of night. So, sorry about that, everybody. So this thing called culture, get everybody involved and create something that people talk about for years. You have that choice.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for chipping into the Facebook group and answering people's questions and talking about it. It's been so interesting. And I think this whole idea of team culture is something we should be able to do. It's totally within our power to be able to create the culture for the team, whatever level, whatever size of project that we're working on.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video. Look forward to talking to you then. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.